Just over 2 months ago, I accepted my biggest art project ever. It took just under 60 hours to complete. When it was finished, I made just over $1,200. But honestly, the money wasn't even the best part. Over the next week, thousands of people walked past my artwork. My artwork was shown on local news broadcasts covering the fair. People that I had never met started complimenting something I had created. And for the first time, this side hustle actually started to feel real. If you're new here, I'm Wes. I'm a full-time teacher, husband, and dad trying to build a creative business from scratch without quitting my day job. On this channel, I document the real process. The wins, the mistakes, the uncertainty, and everything I am learning while building Walls by Wes one project at a time. In the last video, I showed you how I created 11 interactive animal cutouts and signs for the Big Butler Fair. Today, I want to answer one question. Was it worth it? Let's start with the obvious question. How much did I actually make? The total payment for the project was just over $1,200. When I accepted the project, I honestly had no idea how many hours it would take. By the time everything was finished, priming, drawing, cutting face holes, painting, adding decals, applying protective finishes, loading everything, I had invested just under 60 hours. If you're doing the math at home, that's probably not the hourly wage that would make many people quit their job. I would also like to add that I got paid way more handsomely than I thought that I ever would for this project, which I'm eternally grateful for. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make is money isn't the best way to measure this project anymore, because the paycheck wasn't the only thing that I earned. This project gave me something much more valuable than a paycheck. It gave me confidence. Before this, I had never completed a commissioned project anywhere near this size. Now I know I can. It gave me experience in managing a project from beginning to end. It gave me work that I can proudly include in my portfolio. And maybe most importantly, it reminded me that people are willing to pay for artwork that brings joy to their community. That is encouraging. One thing completely caught me off guard: the exposure. Throughout the week of the fair, which is currently still going on, my boards, the boards I created, had appeared several times on local television news broadcasts covering the event. The news wasn't there because of me, they were just covering the event. But every time I saw one of my boards on my TV, I had one of those moments where it finally hit me. Something I had created had become part of an event that thousands of families were experiencing. That's a pretty cool feeling. I also shared the video of this project on my Facebook business page. So far, that post has almost reached 2,000 views, which is a huge gain from just the 10 views before this fair started. And I've gained 8 new followers in just 5 days. That's still a small audience, but they're local. Those are the people who might someday become mural clients. Interestingly, the exact same video did not gain any traction on YouTube. And honestly, I'm okay with that, because I think that these two platforms serve different purposes. I also tried something a little different. I attached a QR code to the back of each board. My hope was that if someone loved the artwork, they would quickly scan it and find my page. But after the first couple of days, I realized that with the QR codes being on the back of the boards, many young kids were probably too busy making silly faces to even notice that there was a QR code next to them. So I don't think that many people saw them, but honestly, I'm glad that I tried it. And my wife did a phenomenal job designing these and trying to help me get these ready to go before I delivered them. Every project teaches me something new. There was something else that I was not expecting at all: the compliments. Friends, family, complete strangers, people kept telling me how much they loved my artwork. And don't get me wrong, my friends and family are the most supportive people in my life, and I am eternally grateful for everything they have ever done for me and supported me in. But if I'm being totally honest, I have always struggled accepting compliments. Part of it is because I know that there are millions of artists that are far more talented than I will ever be in my entire lifetime. Sometimes it's hard not to compare yourself. But this project taught me something. The people enjoying these boards weren't comparing me to every artist in the world. They were just enjoying the experience. They weren't looking for perfection. They were simply looking for something to make them smile. And maybe that's enough. Maybe I don't have to be the best artist in the world to make a meaningful business. I just need to keep showing up, keep improving, and keep creating artwork that people genuinely enjoy. This project did not replace my teaching income. It didn't make Walls by Wes a full-time business. But it did change something much more important. It proved this is not an idea anymore. It's real. I've completed my first major paid commission. I've seen my work become part of my community. And now it's time to keep building. More murals, more commissions, more opportunities, one project at a time. If you're interested in following the real process of building a creative business from scratch while working full time, subscribe and follow along. Every project that I do teaches me something new, and I show it all here. 1 year ago, Walls by Wes was just an idea. Today, it's a business with real clients, real projects, and real momentum. I'm still at the beginning, but for the first time, I can actually see where this might lead. And honestly, it might just have made all those late nights worth it. See you next time.